What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I am so stoked for today's video because my buddy Mike is with us. Mike, say hi.
Hey.
All right, so today we are going to be taking a look at the Mossberg Maverick 88. This is my dad's gun. It's gone through some different iterations over time, and if you want to come over to the table here, one of the things I was going to show you, and a topic that I'm would like to hear your guys' opinions on, which, by the way, if you haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. But yes, so shotguns. We're talking about shotguns today. I am going to probably get one similar to this, but with a pistol grip. I know my guy Steve over at Sentinel Concepts is not a huge fan of pistol grip shotguns, but I think they're kind of cool. So first thing I was going to say is on this shotgun, we have these bead sights here. If you can see that. The bead sights are cool. Not really. This one doesn't have a rear aperture either. So it's like when I shoot this gun, I'm forced to try and line up the sights as best I can with the bore of the barrel and where I think the gun should be aimed. But I used to have, if you want to come back over, one of these little Monstrum Tactical little bolt-on deals, and this sat on top of the receiver and bolted into this part right here. It also had a little side saddle that held shells. What I see people do instead of this is strap a Velcro strap on the side that you can just peel on and off for your shells. That might be the way to go. But essentially what happened with this is I took it off to clean this gun one day, and then my dad parked in the garage, and now it looks like this. It got ran over real good. So we don't use this anymore. It's nothing against Monstrum. This isn't us bashing them for anything. But the thing that I was going to point out was you can see that the screw, or the area that the screw was held in, and this was before any sort of like getting run over by my dad's car or anything, but that started to kind of deform a little bit over time. And I don't know if this is something that is common. Like there's a lot of violent force happening inside the receiver when that thing's going off, right? So I don't know if this is a common thing that happens on shotguns that use these types of side saddles, but let me know what you guys think is the best way to attach side saddles for more shells, how you get an optic on the very top of it. Red dots are going to be how I think the best way these are run. Anything more than a bead though, like even if it's just a rear aperture and a front aperture sight, iron sights would be better than this. But I've shot this gun and I've put the time and hours in to kind of know how to deal with this. But if I hand this to Mike, who has never, maybe, have you ever shot a shotgun?
Yeah.
You've shot one? So he's shot one, but anybody who's never shot one or doesn't have a significant amount of time to know, you know, kind of how this is going to react or shoot, it's just not ideal. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some shots down on the range, and you can go ahead and meet us there. All right, guys, so we are shooting the 12 gauge 2 3/4 inch 1145 foot-pounds per second 8-shot 1 1/8 ounce Winchester Super Target. And one of the things we'll do, I brought a couple different ammos today so we can see the difference in how these shoot. So I have a cardboard box down there. I'm gonna put 2-3 shots on it, and we'll go see how it looks for, that's target load right there. All right, come on down. So you can see all of the little teeny tiny pellets that penetrated here. These giant holes are from the wad, which are one of those right there. Might not have been mine, but this is the bird shot, and I'm gonna let Mike finish off the tube, and then we're gonna move on to some buckshot. Dang, Mike, okay. You're just gonna put them all on like that. Dang. Let's take a look.
This thing shoots real nice.
So it looks like his spread was a little high, but that's okay. That's okay. A little bit more on the top half, but
Yeah. Yeah, I was hearing it a couple of times too. Yeah.
there you go.
Wow.
All right, and what we're gonna do next, guys, is we are going to take a look at some double-aught buck. As I was just explaining to my friend Mike, like obviously this kind of load would not be ideal for self-defense, but if you were to go to something like the double-aught here, I don't know if you can see that, but the balls are much bigger. It's probably 8 or 10 of the little pellets in there to make one of these balls. This Stars and Stripes is kind of like my beater ammo. This gun here does not like it as much as this stuff here. This is Lambro Guard buckshot. We tested this against some Fiocchi critical defense, some Troy something 12 gauge double-aught buck, and of all of them it liked this the best, and I'm gonna show you that here in a second. But comment below if you have a Maverick 88 what ammo yours likes the most. All right, so we're gonna start with the Stars and Stripes. Got my iPro now, and just gonna put about 2 or 3 rounds on the middle box there. Let's take a look. So I was aiming pretty much middle of the target there. You can see from maybe 12 yards or so, this is what our spread looks like. So get a good look at that. I'm gonna put a fresh box on and turn it around. All right, so we got the Lambro loaded up now. So this is gonna pattern a little bit more consistently for us. Give it a look. Safety. All right, come on down. So you can take a look and see from about that same 12 yards, we have a pattern that is, what would you say, like about 8 inches, 10 inches, or like this way, you know? So that's pretty good. You know, if you're in a self-defense situation, you know, cue the Call of Duty shotgun spread. That's not what these guns do, right? We have a very realistic, reasonable size to shoot from. What we'll do is we'll back it up to the tables and take a shot from, what's that, about 20, 25 yards, and see how this spreads from a little bit further distance. All right, so we're back at the tables now. This is about, I would say, 20, 25 yards. So we're gonna take a few shots. I'm gonna try and hit in that same-ish, well, maybe I'll aim a little lower, but we're gonna see the pattern now on the lower half of the box. All right, let's take a look. All right, so I aimed lower. You can see from about 20, 25 yards, this is probably maybe a 2.5, 3 foot spread maybe. But again, this is why it's important to pattern your guns out, kind of know, again, 10, 12 yards, this is what we're looking at. 20, 25 yards, this is what we're looking at. But I'm gonna hand the gun over to Mike and keep going. All right, so here goes Mike. He's got some Stars and Stripes loaded into the tube.
We going like from here?
That's fine, yep. There you go. I'm gonna take a look at that. So I think this is where some of those were landing. You can see my spread from the Lambro there and down there. So yeah, the Stars and Stripes, about 10, 12 yards is where we're at.
Yeah, nice.
Any comments on your spread, Mike? Or on your experience in general? You know, this is like your first time shooting a shotgun in a while. How's the Maverick 88 treating you so far?
Honestly, it actually is nice. It's cool, like, to handle. It's not that heavy. It has like some good weight to it. It shoots really smooth. I mean, like, when you're cocking that thing back and like you're letting it fly, it's really like no hassle to it. You know, it's good form of motion. I mean, like, when you were all the way back there and you were shooting it off,
Yeah.
you still was like hitting your target. You know, like you aimed down a little bit more, but you still was hitting your target. It's a pretty good gun. It's a nice gun.
Awesome. All right, so we're about to load some of the slugs in there now. And Mike and I are gonna have a little contest to see who can hit the red target from 30 yards. This feels like 30 yards. Would you say, Mike?
Yeah, feel about 30.
So I have 5 rounds. Mike has 5 rounds. We're gonna try and hit the red target with the bead sight. If I had my red dot on here, I would feel like pretty confident to do this. But slugs with the bead, about 30 yards. Am I hitting left or right?
I think you're hitting a little more left.
I was high on that one.
Yeah, you were high. Yeah, I saw that.
All right, your turn. All right, Mike. I just want one of us to hit it. So,
I want one of us to hit it too.
So, like, if you even want to take, like, if you don't hit it first try, I'll even let you take 5 steps forward. All right, take 5 steps forward. I want to hear that ding. I want to hear that loud ding so bad. Oh, you're high right now. Like, aim way lower.
I was low on that one.
Take 5 steps forward. Well, we suck.
I get that.
All right. Now, one more thing that I do really admire about shotgunning is you're able to shoot steel from pretty close. I mean, again, we're about 15 yards, 12 yards out for some of these shots, and I'm able to safely engage the target, steel targets, from very close up, whereas I'm not able to do that with 5.56, 7.62 big boy round. This is still a big boy gun, right? This is a rifle shotgun capable of some serious power, but I'm able to safely hit steel. So that's another thing that I do like about shooting shotguns on the range, on steel specifically. So we're just gonna keep shooting a little bit more here. Go ahead.
Yeah, because like, and when you was teaching me some stuff, like usually I'm just like looking at like the bead, just like overall, and I'm just shooting, and I'm going like every which way. And when you like corrected it, it was just like make sure like the butt is connected with the bead, like you just see the bead.
Because like I was telling him, if I can get this thing to focus here, it's like that bead right there has this crown underneath it, and all I said is like just make sure that the ass of the gun, like this part, is just covering that crown, because then if you try and put the whole bead on the target, it's probably going to either be high or just not where you want it to go. So this is probably going to conclude the video. Let me get us on 0.5. There we go. So this is probably going to conclude today's video, guys. Let me know if you have a Mossberg Maverick 88, or if there's any questions you have, or anything you saw down there that you just wonder about. And then, Mike, is there anything you would like to say?
All you, brother.
All me. And then just let me know, like I said, if you guys have any questions about anything. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like for more content. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Last point I want to make here on is the bead enough? And I would say no. You saw in the footage, Mike and I struggled to land those slugs from 30 yards. If you're buying your first shotgun, and maybe your only shotgun, for any use case scenario, I would try and find one that has a solid set of iron sights or Picatinny rail for red dot. And pay attention, if you're getting a $200 or $300 gun, are those sights coming canted? Are they solidly attached to the top? These are things, if I was going to buy my first shotgun today, I would pay close attention to. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to throw this in here at the end. You guys have a good one. Take care.